What's up, Algebra 2? Welcome to Unit 5, Day 1. Mins, maxes, and roots and zeros. Okay, we're going to be talking about relative minimums and relative maximums. They are each mountaintop and valley bottom. Okay, every top of the hill or bottom of the valley is a relative maximum, relative maximum, relative maximum, relative minimum, relative minimum, relative minimum. None of them were the minimum or the maximum. Okay, that one looks like it could be the highest point, but remember, this up arrow means this goes up forever, and nothing's going to be infinity, so we don't have an overall max or an overall min, because this goes down forever. Okay, if you did have something that looked maybe like this, okay, this would be a relative max, this would be a relative min, and then this one would be a relative max, and also the overall maximum, because that is the highest it gets. Time to practice. Okay, let's practice typing this into y equals, and we're going to learn a lot of new stuff today, a lot of new calculated procedures that will be used throughout the remainder of this course and into pre-calculus and beyond. So we have 2x to the third power. Okay, power key. Mine bumps it up. 3, and then arrow over to come back down to the ground. If you have one that doesn't bump up, you're going to just see that symbol up there, and that's okay. 2x, you'll see the power symbol. 3, you're okay. All right, minus x squared has its own button over here by 7. Minus 8x plus 3. Okay, if you have any problems typing that in, rewind it a couple seconds there and watch that again. Graph. And we should see something that looks like that. If yours looks like it is roughly the same shape as mine, but your screen looks weird, okay, zoom. Standard, zoom 6, fixes a lot of problems on the graphing calculator. Okay, and there we are. We are going to use the calculator to find those minimums and maximums. Okay, by pushing second trace, minimum. Okay. Alright, now don't type this in on your calculator, just watch me. Okay, put your calculator down and watch mine for a little bit. We're going to use these arrow keys to move our blinky cursor guy left and right. We're trying to find the minimum. So we're going to scoot him over to the bottom of the hill. We're going to try to get that as low as it goes. And then it's asking for a left boundary line. Okay? Some calculators will actually show the line when you hit enter. Others won't. It'll just give you like a little arrow pointing in. But we're going to go left 3 to 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're clearly on the left side of our minimum. And hit enter. You can see mine puts a little line in there. Then go back down to the bottom. Now it says right boundary. So we're going to click right 3 to 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hit enter again. Okay, some of you are only going to have those little arrows. Some of you will have those arrows plus a line. What you're doing is you are squeezing it in. You're saying, hey, only look right here and squeeze it in until you find the lowest point. Your third question is a guess. You don't even have to guess. You could hit enter your third time right away after your second one, and it will still work. You could help your calculator out and move it back down to the bottom before you hit enter the third time, but you probably won't notice any difference in how fast it goes. Okay, and there's our minimum. 1.33, negative 4.70. Not negative, positive 1.33, comma, negative 4.70. Okay? That's our minimum. It's possible to have more than one. We only have one low point on this graph. Next we have max. So we're going to go to second, trace again, and this time we're looking for maximum. Okay, we're going to scooch on up to the top of the hill. Alright, and let's see if you can take it away from here. Go ahead and push pause, and then come back in a second. Alright, let's see if you got this. We're going to go left, left, left a couple times, enter, back to the top of the hill, right, right, right a couple times, and enter, back to the top of the hill, enter a third time, and our maximum is negative 1.000002, comma 8. So we will have negative 1, comma 8. Alright, do we have an overall maximum or minimum on this? There's our max, but this side goes up forever. There's our minimum, but this side goes down forever. So we won't have an overall max or min on this one. Our third piece of information we're looking for, roots or zeros, x-intercepts, wherever it crosses the x-axis. How many times? 1, 2, 3. We should have 3 of these. Okay? Now, for whatever reason, these cause a little bit more problems than the max and the min. But it's exactly the same thing. Second, trace, 0. Okay, let's have you just watch me for the first one. Okay, I'm going to scooch this guy down here. Now, it's not going to seem like it's quite as perfect as these max and mins because this is really steep when it crosses the x-axis. So every little jump you do should move it quite a bit up and down. So you get as close as you can. Left bound, we're going to hit left 3 to 5 times. You might go off the screen. That's okay. Left, left, left. Enter. Bring it back up. Now right 3 more times. Right, right, right. Enter. Back to the middle. Hit enter our third time. Negative 1.95. Ooh, this is good. Look at it. We got 1e negative 12. That capital E means times 10. So we have 1 times 10 to the negative 12 power. That's going to be 0.0000. There's going to be 11 zeros and then a 1. Okay, so it's 0. If you ever get a 1e negative number, it's 0. Okay? So I got negative 1.95, comma 0. Alright, now you go ahead and do that and see if you can get the same thing. Alright, hopefully you were able to get that. If not, rewind and watch me do it again. Okay, we're going to have to do it 2 more times. And you have to push second trace each time. Second trace 0. Scooch on over to this one. Get as close as we can. Okay, left boundary, we push left 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Enter. Back down to the middle. Right bound 3 times. Enter. Back to the middle. And we got 0.37, comma 0. Hopefully you got 0.37, comma 0 as well. Go ahead and try to get that one on your own. And I got 2.08, comma 0 for that third one. Alright. Now what I want you to do, if you have a printout of this note sheet, is I want you to flip it over to the back and look at the top problem. That should be the exact same equation as this one. So go ahead and push pause and copy all this information into the appropriate space on the back. Alright? So it should be the same problem, and we should have 1.33 comma negative 4.70, negative 1 comma 8, negative 1.95 comma 0, 0.37 comma 0, 2.08 comma 0. Mr. Handke, we didn't talk about y-intercept. How do you get that? Y-intercept, 0 comma something. Okay? If you plug 0 in there to all those x spots, what's going to happen? 0, 0, 0. And you're left with this lonely 3 at the end. Okay? Now, looking at the answer key to the test, it looks like we talked about this, the math teachers talked about this last time when we made this test, that if we have the problem and we're putting all this information right here on like the answer blanks for the problem, that you don't have to rewrite these decimal points on the graph next to those points. Okay, I will confirm that again. It's been a long time since we talked about this test. I'll confirm that again with the other math teachers, and if it's different, I will let you know. Okay, but for now, I think we're just going to need to do 1.33, comma negative 1, 2, 3, 4.7 is almost down to 5. Negative 1, positive 8, 0, comma 3. Okay, then our zeros, we got negative 1.950, 0.370, and 2.080. And you can see how it's starting to look like this one over here. Okay? Next, we can add in nice points to help fill this in a little bit. 2 ways to do that. Option 1, we go to second, graph, takes us to the table. Use your arrow keys to up and down and move around until you get it before we have some nice points that would fit on the graph. Like negative 2, negative 1. Okay? You can see some other points that would work. Negative 1, 8, and 0, 3. We already have those on the graph. Okay, the other option, push regular graph, is to go second. Nope, take that back, not second. Go ahead and push second again so that arrow key's gone. Okay, we're just going to push trace. And we're going to type in some x-coordinates. Alright, we can see that we're at negative 2. Okay, we might be able to fit negative 3 on there. Positive 2, we might be able to fit positive 3 on there. So I might start by typing in negative 3, enter. And now we're at negative 36. That's not going to fit. Negative 2, enter. Ah, there's negative 2, negative 1, which we saw from the table. I like this way better personally, because then it shows me where it's at. Like, oh, there it is. I can go over here, and I don't accidentally put it in the wrong spot. Okay? Then we have negative 1, enter. Negative 1, comma 8. We already had that from our maximum. 0, enter. 3. We already had that from our y-intercept. 1, enter. Negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this other one, negative 4.7, I didn't get low enough. 1, 2, 3, 4.7 is going to be there. I didn't have our minimum in the right spot. Okay, 2, enter. 2, comma, negative 1. 3, enter, and we're off the graph. So whichever way you prefer, going through that was pushing trace, and then typing in x-coordinates and hitting enter. Or you can do second graph and look at the table. Okay, the table shows them all to you at once, but it doesn't show you like a picture of like where it should be on your graph. Okay, the trace method shows you where it should be, but you have to do one at a time. You can't see them all at once. All right, and then we do our best to smooth it out. Okay, and there we go. It should be pretty close to looking like that. Make sure to put arrows on the ends because they go on forever. Alright, if you want extra practice, you can try that one down there. We didn't get to that one in class today, but I mean, you can type that into your calculator and practice getting the relative mins and relative maxes. X to the fourth, so it's probably going to have 2 mins or 2 maxes, and then one of the other one. Let's see, zeros. Okay, x to the fourth could have up to 4 zeros. And you got the nice y-intercept, and you'll have plenty of practice plotting all those points and finding the nice ones if you wanted extra practice. Okay, otherwise we got your worksheet to get done. They can be found on Schoology. And we'll talk to you guys next time. Good luck.